So there are a couple of things that we should go over before your first observation. The first is dress code. Dress in business casual, khakis and button down, as long as there are no jeans, sweatpants, sweatshirts, flip-flops. Just look nice. Um, you don't have to be in your Sunday best, but you're going to be in front of a classroom, so it's important to look professional. So when you get to the classroom, introduce yourself to the teacher, ask where they want you to sit and what lesson you're observing, and then introduce yourself to the class. Tell us who you are, why you're there. I think that'll make them feel more comfortable and less likely to just sit there and watch you the whole time. It's kind of distracting having someone extra in the class, so just try to be discreet. Take some notes. It's important to be brief because you don't want to sit there basically writing a paper when you're supposed to be observing. So look at your observation check sheet and rubric beforehand, and then that'll give you a good idea of what to look for. So then you can just take notes while you're in there, and then you can write your reflection about everything that you saw later. If we kind of switch gears, look at this observation check sheet. This is kind of what you'll be filling out. Sort of things that you're looking for are identifying the 5 E's, what sort of resources are used, how the room is arranged sometimes can make a big impact on how the students interact with each other, whether they're in rows or pods or all just randomly arranged. It does make a huge difference. And there's all sorts of questions on page 2 as well. The last thing to look at, we're going to watch a YouTube video and do an example rubric. So here is our YouTube video. We'll just kind of start from the beginning.
Okay, last week, can you tell me what you were building? What did we build with a bulb? What did we call it when you had some components?
A circuit.
You built a circuit, right. What were the components in a circuit that you built, Eric?
The switch, wires, a D-cell, and a pole.
Good. And if you had a closed circuit, what happened? How could you tell you had a good circuit?
Because the bulb would light up.
The bulb would light up or the motor would go, right? Okay, today we are taking the information that you learned last week and we are going to make not just the old kind of connections that we had, not the simple kinds of connections that you were able, but you are going on to advanced connections, okay? Which means more wires, more components, more fun, right? They use a lot of those connections, advanced connections in computer boards, don't they?
Yeah.
And around your house, a lot of advanced connections. The connection we're going to look at today is the series circuit, okay? So we'll learn that vocabulary word. When we talk about series at the end, you should be able to tell me what a series circuit is and what happens when you build a series circuit.
All right, so from there, let's just look at this rubric. We'll kind of start up here. You can see it was a science class. They were in a classroom, so you could indicate that they were working as a whole class, but I think later it's pretty obvious they'll be working in small groups. And so that's just the sort of thing you would indicate on this page. Up here, the class demographics. Look at the demographics of the class, see how many African American students are there, how many Hispanic. If we scroll down, let's look at one section. I want to look at student participation. So you would just indicate level 1, 2, or 3. And so when she asked questions, about half the students in the class would, raise their hand and answer. And that's one thing that you want to look for. Another thing is making content relevant. She asked this, told the students, like, circuits are things that you would see in a computer or anywhere in your house. And that's one thing that's really important. Students won't learn unless they have a reason to. So relating it back to something in their real life really makes a difference for some kids. So that's just one thing you gotta look at. So when you finish your observation, just make sure that you talk to your teacher about what lesson plan you'll be teaching. If they don't know, then email them, pester them, because you want to get a head start on this as soon as you can. And they might forget. Teachers have a lot going on, so just bear with them, find out what all you can do, and then say thank you. It's taking time out of their class to host a STEM student or an education student. So say thank you, and then talk about when you'll be coming back. And I think that is all you need to know for your first observation. Good luck, guys.